Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Twisty3, and this is year one, rounds 1 to 3 of my career mode with the Giants. So, if you watched the NAB Cup recap video, you would have worked out that I went 3-1 and did reasonably well, and I did manage to beat the Swans in the NAB Cup. However, as you will all know, the good teams up the tempo as you get into this season, and it was a very difficult task to take on the Swans, although I managed to stay within touch for a long portion of the match before it ended up getting away from me. So normally in these videos I would answer your questions and comments and stuff, but I only just released the last part about maybe 10-15 minutes ago, so there's not gonna be many comments on that. So what I'm actually gonna do is be talking about the finals this weekend, and we have Geelong and Port Adelaide tonight at the MCG. I'm really looking forward to this game because everyone thinks Geelong's gonna win, even though I do think Geelong will win, but I would love it as much as everybody else to watch the Power go out there and pull off a big upset over the Cats, because quite frankly I don't like Geelong. I don't know, a lot of their players just frustrate me with the way they play. I don't, they're not, anyway, like I don't like Selwood. So I don't really like Geelong, and I'd love to see Port Adelaide win. But what else? Yep, then the next game is going to be the Swans against Carlton. Now, Carlton beat my team Richmond last week. I was at the MCG in front of 94,600 fans, and it was grand final atmosphere. It was just incredible. It was so loud. It was just amazing to actually even be there. I mean, even as a Richmond supporter, like, you could tell Carlton deserved to win that game. I mean, our players didn't stand up when they needed to. There was probably a couple moments where they could have made better decisions, but you know, at the end of the day, finals is about the better team on the day, and Carlton just was the better team on the day. So there's got to move on to next year, but there's still positives for Richmond. You know, we were only 2 points out from the top four. Let me just remind everyone of that. And you know, it goes back to the 1 point game against the Dockers, where Richmond lost by a point against Freo, and the goal umpire was standing in the way. And you know, win that game, we actually finished third, I believe. So who knows what holds next year for Richmond. Hopefully this year wasn't just a fluke, and we'll be back in the 8 next year. I mean, Jeremy Cameron, what a freak. Patton got suspended. Cameron comes in and does things like that. Just look at this. Oh. Anyway, Jeremy Cameron will be a superstar. Oliver Wines is a superstar. So is Chad Wingard. He will tear it to shreds tonight, I can assure you of that. Jay Schultz will probably win Mark of the Year for that soaring grab over the goal square. And hopefully Gary Ablett's ping from the boundary line will be goal of the year, because that was just incredible. And the Gold Coast Suns will be firing next year. I mean, I don't think anyone predicted that much dramatic improvement. So are we going to see the same sort of improvement from the Giants this year? I don't really think so. I think we're going to see slightly less. I think they might take slightly longer to develop, but I think in 3 years, so not this season, but the season afterwards, we will see both the Suns and the Giants pressing for top 4, and then the year after that, they'll probably face each other in the grand final, I would imagine, because they just have so much talent within these sides. And you know, this was a gutsy win here. I mean, obviously, the game is not real, right? You know, but it's still good to get those last-minute victories over your opponent. And do something spectacular in the last second. I mean, Jeremy Cameron, he kicked 4 goals this game. Just ruined Port Adelaide. I mean, and to think like how much teams can dramatically improve. I mean, Port Adelaide lost to GWS last year, who only won 2 games for the entire season. Port Adelaide won 6 games for the whole year. Look at them now. They're second week of finals. Upset Collingwood, one of the biggest teams in Melbourne. Or the biggest team in the AFL in terms of culture and fans and stuff. But I tell you what, it's just going to be a good race for the finals, I can say, next year. I mean, the whole skill level of the AFL has just stepped up a notch. I think it all began in about 2010 when Collingwood was just a step above everyone, and then St Kilda really took it to them in the grand final where it was a draw, and then, obviously the following week we know what happened where Collingwood just belted them out of the park. But as good as Collingwood were in those times, they only won the 1 premiership, and that's kind of the thing that people are going to say. I mean, Geelong's been so good for the last 6-7 years, winning 3 in the last 5 or something. So if they win this year, they'll have 4 in the last 7 years, which would be absolutely remarkable. I mean, winning 3 or 4 in a decade is crazy. I mean, Brisbane won 3 in a row in 2001, 2002, 2003, and to see a team be up the top for that long, you can kind of see Collingwood's falling away. There's teams like North Melbourne who've just had a bad season. Adelaide's going to be pressing once they got Taylor Walker back. I mean, there's just so much depth of talent within the AFL, and all these teams who are just rising in skill level. It's like if the team doesn't perform on the day, then you're pretty much cooked, because the next best team will get you. So anyway, this is end of round 3, and my season mode, or career mode, sorry. And you can check what I'm doing here and all sorts of that. I'll do the training updates and stuff as we go along. But until that moment, comment your questions for the next career mode playthrough, and I'll see you guys later.